Hey, and welcome to Toria Talk Tuesday. I am author and speaker Toria Leigh, and I'm so glad you are joining us this week. If you are new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find something encouraging out of it. I hope you get good quality stuff from this. And if you are one of our dedicated viewers, thank you so much for the continued support and continuing to watch. It means a lot as you've followed me on this journey. Speaking of journey, I'm talking today about like detours. Okay, so detours in life specifically, but there's once I was driving around downtown LA, which I don't do often. I don't find myself in downtown LA all the time, and I was trying to get to the highway from whatever I had been there for, and there was a detour. And not knowing LA, I managed to somehow go in some ridiculous roundabout circle, and I ended back up at the same detour. So I like took a wrong turn somewhere. I don't really know where I went wrong, but then I followed the signs again, and after a long twisted roundabout way, I finally got to the highway. Finally got to go back home, and so that detour was a little time consuming. It was not part of the plan, but in the end, I got home. It's all good. We're good. And that's kind of like life a lot of times, right? We have these plans, we have this set route, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to go here, we're going to do that, and it'll be great, and it's going to go awesome. Except things never go according to plan, right? So for those of you who don't know, I was previously engaged to being married. I was going to be married in December of this year, and in April, my engagement was called off. So I have a broken engagement. I did not plan to have a broken engagement. That was not something that, if you would have told me 5 years ago, like, oh, you're going to have an ex-fiance, I'd be like, yeah, right. Like, you're kidding, right? Like, I'll have exes, like, ex-boyfriends, but I'm not going to be that person. That wouldn't happen to me. No one plans for these things. You don't, plan for a sickness. You don't plan always to, move across country, or you don't plan to be kicked off a sports team, or you don't plan to get that F in that, class, whatever it is. We don't plan for these detours in our life. And a lot of times it's hard to see any good behind them, right? So these things happen, it changes our plans, and we're like, what is happening? But for me, it's actually been really good to walk through this, even the painful parts. Yes, it's been very painful, and it sucks. It has sucked, but as I'm getting farther removed from the situation, as I'm processing this and I'm working through this, God is doing a lot in me. I find myself growing. I find myself he's pushing me towards where I'm supposed to go, and he's pushing me towards who I'm supposed to be. And so this thing that should be terrible and should be bad, and yes, there's been so many painful times, and there's been so many tears cried, but it's pushing me in the right direction. It's, this detour is taking me to where I'm supposed to be. I saw a quote online that was like, God wrecks your plans when he sees they're about to wreck you. And I think that sometimes when things don't go our way, it's easy to say, you're not a good God. Like, there's no good in this. This hurts. This doesn't feel good. You aren't good. But that's not the case. When we go off of what we see, we're missing the full picture, because the thing is, God sees your entire future. He sees his entire plan for you. He can see where you're headed. He can see all of it, and we can't. Like, you can kind of try and guess what's going to happen tomorrow, but you don't even fully know. The day before my engagement broke off, I wasn't like, oh yeah, tomorrow my fiance is going to break off thing. I know, I had no idea. Like, it doesn't go that way. We don't know what's going to happen, and so it's in our current situation to be like, well, I don't see how this is going to turn out good. But I really want to encourage you guys, whatever you're facing, whatever struggle you're in, whatever trial you're in, it can and it will turn out for the better. God can use it for good. Even if something happened to you that someone else intended for harm, he'll use it for good. And I'm seeing that with this situation, something that is hard, something that is painful to walk through. He's really doing great things in me. I can definitely tell you I'm probably a different person now than I was before, in a good way. It's shaping me and molding me, and it's growing my character, and it's really tethering my faith and really testing what it's made of. And that's kind of a beautiful thing to be at the other side of. And I know that's hard when you're in it. You don't always see where it's going, and you're like, how am I supposed to stay in this? And I'm going to be honest, there have been times I'm like, God, this is too hard. Like, I'm done. Stop giving me the hard things. I'm done doing the hard things. And he's like, no, you're not. Just keep going. I promise. On the other side, there's something better. So I really encourage you. You can trust God even when you don't understand what he's doing, because his ways are higher than our ways. We don't see the full picture. We can't see the full picture. And we're not supposed to, but we trust him because he is a good God. I promise, whatever your situation is, I want to give you encouragement. He will use it for the best. So try looking at the ways it's going to grow you. Try looking at the ways he's maybe pushing you into a different way you're supposed to go. And that's really what he's done for me. And so as much as I kind of, I wish I didn't really have a broken engagement, I'm thankful for it in a way, because not only was I clearly not supposed to marry that man, so God was saving me from something. I don't know what. It just clearly wasn't who I was supposed to marry, but also the growth through this and where he's leading me through this and how he's using it for good. And I hope that he'll use my story to help other people have hope in the hurting. And that's what I encourage you guys. Have hope. Good stuff is coming. He's going to use it for good. And actually, I kind of want to give you guys 2 songs. I love music. I love, love, love music. And kind of 2 songs that go with this principle. One is Fighter by Danny Gokey. So he just released a new album called I Just Haven't Seen It Yet. Yeah, that's what it's called, which is also an awesome song. But Fighter, it's like, when I walk through the fire, I won't get burned. And when I walk through the fire, I'm coming out a fighter. That's what happens when you walk through these hard circumstances. You come out and you're stronger, you're braver, you're better, your faith is stronger, you're a fighter. You come out a fighter. And that's, as I've walked through this, I'm coming out the other side and I'm like, bring it on. Like, I walked through this, I have God with me, like, I'm ready to fight. Like, good luck if you come up against me, right? And then another one, actually the title of this video, Better For It by Riley Clemens. I love this song, and I've kind of really held to this song through this time. It's like, though I wouldn't chosen it that time, I hit the bottom and it hurt a little bit, but I know I'm better for it. Like, that's the whole premise of the song, is like, though I'm walking through this hard thing, though I wouldn't have chose it, I wouldn't have chose my broken engagement, I'm better for it because of it. And that's what I hope you guys will see. And I hope you'll hang on until you get to that point where you can go, okay, I wouldn't have chose it, but I'm better for it. So that's my encouragement for you guys, is that it is true. You will be better for it. I know that's hard to hear probably now if you're walking through something, but take it from someone who is still walking through it and is farther along into the process. And I'm better for it, and you're going to be too. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I hope you all had an excellent Labor Day weekend, and I will catch you all next week. Thank you so much for watching.